What's up, fellow lords of gaming, and welcome back to another episode of Marvel Future Fight. So today we're just going to jump right on in. Summer uniforms are available for both Mysterio and for Luna Snow. In order to purchase Luna Snow's uniform, you're going to have to acquire these cool summer token events. Basically, you're going to check in for 7 days and they're going to give you 10 tokens, which means you're going to have to purchase 20 tokens. Let me jump into the shop and I'll show you what your options are basically for purchasing tokens, because there are a couple of ways that you can do this. First off is you could just go to the shop and you can purchase some of the Luna Snow, summer boxes that they have inside shop. But there may be a better option for you, and I'll explain that specifically with Luna Snow's uniform. So essentially, we're going to make a trip over to the shop, and inside the store, you're going to get the normal recommended items, but some of the items are going to have the little bonus icon for, the summer event. The super upgrade pack, I don't think this is worth it, to be perfectly honest. $49.99 for some 3 books of Ashantis, and then the potential realization ticket that only really works on any of the free-to-play characters. It works on Luna Snow, but realistically, you're probably at this point with all the T3, T4s that we've had, not really hurting for second potential realizations. So I wouldn't purchase this at all. The King the Conqueror relay, even though it doesn't say it, it has it there, but this is really a whales pack. So if you're a whale, you're not really watching this video for it. The other option inside here is the premium tier 2 character pack. It's not a bad value investment if you're a new player, because it does come with the tier 2 premium characters. Tier 2 characters really don't matter as much anymore. But what I like about it is essentially the purchase price is equivalency to the 5,500 crystal price. So in that regard, is not a bad price at all. The other option, and probably the option that's gonna allure most players, so like we still have the high rank Cosmic Cube fragment pack, and inside here you're getting $39.99, but these like Cosmic Cubes are not hard to get anymore, so I don't really find that to be a worthwhile pack. The pack that I probably would say like comes in a clear number 2 is your Mega Uniform Upgrade Ticket Pack at $39.99. You get the 3,200 crystals, plus you get the Mythic Uniform Ticket. That is important to understand because Luna is a paywall character. So to get her BIOS, you basically have to go inside the shop and run. And now they did do a good job in offering the Luna Snow's Pop Star chest, and these Pop Star chests have the ability to give you Luna or Mysterio BIOS. You also have the ability to get some of the tier 3 materials inside here, rank up materials, and then some of the Cosmic Cube fragments as well. But you're gambling. You're really gambling on the event there to give you the BIOS, right? So so now straight up looking at the characters in terms of these 2 packs, this one's $9.99. It was the one I purchased. You're gonna get 10 of these for each of the purpose. You can only purchase 3 of them, and it'll give you a set amount. I think I like 6 of these boxes to give you chance at it. Now I didn't get very good odds on it. I got 500 BIOS out of purchasing this 3 times. So that's what, 6 times 3, 18 boxes, and I only got 500 BIOS for Luna Snow. Now the good thing about this is you're basically just paying for the crystals, because it's 1,100 crystals for $9.99. So you're basically just paying for the crystals and getting these for free, while also getting the bonus tokens inside here. And you can use these crystals on something else. So I really tend to like these, especially when they take out all of the trash that's inside of here. Like these materials are really good, and it's really good to see those materials in there. I wish the boxes always stayed like this, because the other ones are, when they add like the comic cards and stuff like that are non-premium, it's just worthless. You can also purchase the boxes over here, and you can purchase this up to 10 times, so it's equivalency there. It's going to be $30 and $30 no matter how you look at it, and you're still getting the value on the crystals as well. So like I said, Luna is definitely going to be an expensive character, because essentially to get that uniform is going to cost you $30. That's just out the gate. You want the summer lilac uniform, you're going to pay $30 for it. So you can see here, if you just go inside Luna, it'll pull up on the shop right there and you've got the character automatically. If you don't know how to navigate there, you can just go to the store and then go to the event shop inside of here. So you're gonna have 2 event shop that's currently going, and here we are with the Luna summer tokens. So just purchase the Luna Snow, you know, her lilac uniform if you want it. Now I saw some things that was really wondering me. I think I was watching free to play Avengers uniform. He's like, he put a video out, said Luna Snow's uniform is a scam, that essentially this Andromeda uniform is or the lifestyle uniform is just as good as this uniform, if not a little bit better. But when he did the testing, I didn't really find that it was like so egregious. But it is weird that this uniform wouldn't be as good as a previous uniform, or, you know, better than a uniform by leaps and bounds inside of there. And to be honest with you, I don't really like this uniform at all. Like, the purple and the white isn't bad, but the chiffon, I think that's what you call these little ripples and stuff like that, it looks weird. I don't know, something about it for me. And then, like, if you go back and look at some of her previous uniform, somebody's gonna have to explain to me why her leg dimensions have changed. At least that's what it seems like. You know, it seems out of proportion. I don't know, something seems out of proportion with the character look overall, but it is what it is. So like I said, in order to get this character leveled up, you're gonna have to do the biometrics, and you know, basically purchase the ticket. It is what it is, right? So that's what you're looking at. Luna is definitely going to be, like, if you had any doubt that this character was going to be the creme de la creme for this update, then you were sorely mistaken. It's Luna. She's an OG character, so it doesn't make much sense to even talk about whether or not she's good or whether or not she's bad. Like I'm saying, she's an OG character, so just inside of that case, that nature, she was going to be good, except for like when they do updates for Crescent, like then she's just terrible, and you're like, why am I playing? Why are you guys not giving this character the credit that she deserves? And so the first 2 uniform options, not bad uniform options at all. You got that's a terrible uniform option. You got who was that? Blade, which was his current uniform. You've got Colossus, which was his current uniform, and then we get a terrible uniform option in terms of looking at Doctor Strange. Like, it's Doctor Strange Infinity War. What the fleek? And then we get more Thor, like in-game Thor for real? What? Those are terrible uniform options. Like, those are asinine uniform options. Then we get Carnage, Fallen Soul. So the uniform options not necessarily too bad there. With Blade, Vampire Slayer is a good uniform for him. Colossus is his Hellfire Gala. And then we get 2 bad uniform options in Doctor Strange Infinity War and Thor Endgame. Like, you took it back. So you're basically batting a 2 out of 3 uniform option list over here. And then Carnage, if you don't have him already, Carnage is also another paywall character. So to get his BIOS and make sure you're going to get that character mythic if you need that 4th slot. Like, so a lot of times this is why you'll hear the players, veterans say that it's probably more beneficial for you to level up your cards than it is for you to level up individual things for characters, because some of those things can be easily mitigated. So like usually in that 5th slot, it's crit rate and crit damage that's inside there. I can make up for this crit rate that's sitting inside here at 73.15. I can make up for that. That's easy to make up for. The crit damage is the other field inside there, so I don't necessarily need to bang my head about getting the next 480 bios for this character right away to get that 400 soul, because it's I already got it because of my cards, so it doesn't make difference to do that. There's other ways that I can potentially go inside here and make up the difference for those. So like if you were to look, like I'm crit damaged out for almost 44.2%. So judging on like what the character gear is over here, it's crit rate. Okay, so my crit damage is probably coming from mostly from my cards or something like that. So I think that Luna Snow's uniform, however, I think it looks really good in terms of the skill effects that they put inside here. So we got the first skill inside here, and I love the little delay the delay that happens, like this, like the slow motion, the bullet slow motion. I can't believe we've gone all the way back to bullet motion, but we we got that with Luna Snow inside of here. And there's nothing on that skill, so I don't really see you charging into that skill a lot. It just has freeze on it, that's it. But her tier 2, her second ability, which is Heroine in Action, has freeze and fracture for 3 seconds. I love the way she's like just calmly skating across the ice. It looks really cool. It's also a V-pad skill as well. Let me change this so that way it's good to go. It's a V-pad skill as well, so like her skating around, like I would love to see them do that with Iceman. It'd be reminiscent of him, like, you know, going in the air with his ice and moving with it. That'd be really cool. So we got that as a V-pad skill. You get Beat the Heat on her third skill, and not a whole lot on here either. It's just basically have chill damage, decrease all speeds, and then just stun and freeze. That's it. It's a really pretty skill though, as it just like summons down a bunch of like icicles and like it's a really pretty skill. It's beautiful. The area on it looks pretty wide as well, so it's a really nice skill there. Lilac Burst. Okay, so this is where you get like chill, we get freeze, we get silence, we get the cold resistance, which ignores immunity, only stacks up to 35%. She gets her recovery effect on her fourth skill as well. So, and it happens right in the beginning. I love the little like cherry blossom lilac tree that pops up. It looks very cool. Fifth skill, we get her she deals 30% cold damage, decrease all speed. She has freeze, snare, recovery for 25% HP, and then invincible for 5 seconds as well. Increase all basic attacks by 20 inside there. And so like the recovery of the 25% HP between the fourth and fifth skill should make Luna pretty tanky, right? Because between those two skills, you're definitely going to be rotating between those, and it looks really, really cool. So yeah, and then, you know, her tier 3 skill, Luna's tier 3 basically has the accumulation on it. So we get Summer Skate. I wanted to make sure I put the VFX on for this one. We get Summer Skate. It's got the chill. She gets the recovery of 15% HP. She ignores target's dodge rate for 80. Shield accumulation for 1.2%. So between her 4th, 5th, and 6th skill, you basically have almost, what is that, 65% of HP recovery inside there. So let's take a look at that 6th ability. Happens right in the beginning of the skill. She kind of skates around and up in the air, and this is like Bobby Drake, you know, just reminiscent of like something we should see for Iceman. It looks really cool, really beautifully cinematic as well. I always hate that they do so much work on those tier 3s and 4 for VFX, and then we kind of like just end up like, yeah, not gonna really use it at all, and I won't ever end up seeing that. But it's a really beautiful looking skill as she just moves around in iframe as well. I forgot to mention that. So it's a really, really cool looking skill. Now her tier 4 has a it's basically, you know, it's a different take on like Black Bolt's skill. Like, it just increases basic damage by 80%, but then it decreases by 8 for every 1 second and lasts for 10 seconds. So it's like a lingering DOT with decreasing effect. So you're definitely going to make sure that you got to get all of the hit damage in the first couple of, because then it starts to tear off. So it'll be like 80, 72, and then it keeps going down by 8 like that till it reaches 0. So it's like a countdown on that Ice Deluge skill. So I like the way that it looks, that she just basically has that inside there, and then this is the effect right there, and it's basically just decreasing. It'd be cool if they had a way to show you, you know, the decreasing numbers inside of there. So liking it overall. Let's take a look at the combo that they have set up. So really simple, 5-4-3. Of course you're going 5 because it starts with the decreased defense that's going to be there, stacking up your immunity, not to mention has the increased basic damage on that skill. So really simple. She can actually trigger and proc really well. 5-4-3, no like delays inside of anything. Love the lilac tree and everything just falling down around her. It's a really pretty skill. I really like it. And then we get her second one, which is a 6-5-4-3, and again, it's just really, you can just keep going through and there's no stop. So it's really, really nice, easy, simple play for Luna, which is a lot different than what we've had for previous Luna uniforms. and then 76543. Like really easy. They made her so easy to play. And the truth of the matter is Luna is going to be tiers above like any of your other speed characters, like I said, because she is an OG. Now that does come into play that she's going to be an expensive character, like I said, because essentially you're looking at $30, if not $20 for just the purchase of the uniform. And then you're probably looking at $39.99 or a little bit more for just the purchase of the BIOS or the Mega Uniform upgrade ticket. So roughly we're probably sitting somewhere in the ballpark of like $50 to $80 dollars for this uniform, especially when you add on the Carnage, which is the 5th uniform. Then you end up having to figure out how to get his BIOS or get a Mega Uniform upgrade ticket for him over the long haul, because if Luna's going to be one of your primary characters, you're probably going to really want to like kit her out, you know what I mean? And if you're going to kit her out, you might as well like make sure that those uniform upgrade options are there. Now I still have the Song of Light Ice artifact on her, and I haven't re-rolled it to get the Justice unique instinct, but she decreases additional pierce damage by 8%, and then she decreases an additional amount equal to 2% cruelty. And then she has that passive where she just increased cold damage by 30% of cold resist, and an additional 0.3 for total instinct. So not a bad character kit overall. I think that this is probably one of the better looking uniforms, because I really like the Andromeda suit was my favorite. I didn't really care for the Lifestyle series, and the Light Sirius armor was definitely my favorite, which just pings me back to the point, can we get a transmog system in this game already? If you're going to take Luna to tier 4, I think she's going to be a great tier 4 asset for most players. I took her all the way up to level 80 already, mostly because I wanted to play with her to see how she was going to perform without the uniform inside some of the world boss content where I intended to use her. And then I also had to finish out my speed runs for the season for Otherworld Battle, so I wanted her to be at level 80 there. And to be honest with you, she's performed quite well. She can't take a hit, even though like that you've got to be really mindful about moving and switching between your 4, 5, and 6 abilities, so that way you can re-up, because she takes a hit and she takes a lot of damage, but she's able to accumulate a lot of heal because of her 4, 5, and 6, so she plays out really nicely. I would highly suggest that you go with a CTP of Judgment since she procs so easily. I'm waiting to get another CTP so that way I can reforge this one. And then I'll re-roll the stats, because my stats are way off there, like 25 and 32, and then 14 and 20. Those are way off, you know what I mean? And even the decrease all resistance for just 10 and 30. But I'll re-roll it once I get to, you know, to modify. So I've been playing with that CTP of Judgment, and I've been playing with the previous uniform. And to be perfectly honest, she was really good without this new uniform. So I'll probably end up playing with her inside some of the content inside World Boss Legend is where I mostly play. And I've seen most people play with her inside Giant Boss Raid, and she seems to do a lot of damage there. So I think she's a really good character. Like I said, there's already not that the good part about Luna is that if you were going into your speed female characters overall and you were just going to say, hey, you know, who do I have for my speed characters? I still don't have Shuri at tier 4, which just doesn't make any sense to me without my Black Panther uniform. You've got Gamora, you've got Gwen, and then you've got Black Widow inside there. I would venture to say that it's probably going to be a while before we ever see Shuri inside her Black Panther uniform, and Gwen is probably right up there with Luna. But you know, Gwen has the ability to probably get another uniform in future updates, especially with Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse coming up at next year. Not to mention, she seems to be a popular character, but Luna will probably receive uniforms at the very least as well. So hard to say which one you should go for. I have this really weird thing. I don't really care about Black Widow, don't like her. I really like Gwenpool and the Spider characters as they release them. And I've never been a huge fan of Spider-Verse, with the exception of Miles from, you know, the Ultimate Spider-Verse and then his Across the Spider-Verse movies. So I think this is a really good pickup overall if you're just looking for a good character that you can play inside World Boss Legends and throw inside some of the other content as a average player. I think she's a really good pickup, and definitely worth the uniform purchase overall. You can get her at 80 and just use one of the previous uniforms. She would be just as good. Like, I've used her quite a bit in the past couple of days without the uniform to do it. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Are you picking up this uniform, or are you just gonna leave it sitting on the sidelines? Don't forget that this is a limited time uniform, so you're gonna want to pick it up sooner rather than later. Until next time, peace.